actually what I would say improved. This is just a little thing. I think nobody actually runs our Twitter account, which I kind of laugh at. Because we kind of have nothing going on there. But that kind of amuses me because nobody actually ever does anything on that.
Okay, so this is the deal with this. Okay, so I think YouTube runs our streams, and Spreaker runs I guess it runs Twitter, which I think Seuss controls, which is weird. I gotta ask Seuss what's up with that, or ask Seuss to get rid of his email account for that. But Carl, is there also an email address you have as well? Like I remember you made one a long time ago.
I'll look into that.
Thank you. I know we have an email address as well. And actually, Nick Rice is back really quick. And Nick, we lost you. What happened? All right, and Nick, I just want to say thanks, man, for everything. And I know you're a hard worker for national sports. You done NFL talk, which you're the best at, and you did high school football for the St. John Bosco Braves, a team that wins 16-0. And Nick, any final words before you go? Hello? Nick, any final words before you go? Alright, Nick, we'll talk to you later. And, Jake, we'll go to you here. I mean, I remember when you got to do your rant, and, that was famous. I hope you know that. That was your, famous rant that started you off. And I remember you went to me and asked, is this good? And I told you it was. You just gotta be good at ranting, and you're the guy for the rant job, and I know you still do your rants today. I think the rants really make you who you are today, Jake.
I mean, I guess so. Maybe just the rants about Shiano.
Yeah.
Do a lot of stuff, but ranting is fun. Nothing like screaming angrily. I mean, it works for Eminem. Just scream angrily into a microphone, and he's made billions off of it. So, I mean, it could be a worthy career path. It works for half the rappers in the industry today. So, who knows?
And I want to ask all you, Noah. Noah, I mean, you manage your time very well, but doing all these shows, and do you do anything for your high school?
No, not right now. I'm hoping to next year, though. But at the moment, no.
And how do you manage all the time with the shows that you do?
Well, I just have to plan it out, every week, occasionally me and Blake can't do it on Sundays, so, I just gotta plan it out, figure out when I have time apart from schoolwork or athletics, soccer, all of that. And, it's not easy, but, if you just think about it and you don't rush through your schedule, you just take it, you always have time to do something. You always have 30 minutes free, an hour free just to fit in a show.
And Miles, I go to you. I know you're in all AP classes. How do you manage that?
It is not very easy. It's very stressful. But I just have to literally just plan out when I get home what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna do my American first. Am I gonna do bio first, or am I gonna do my language class, my French class? It's a day-to-day type of thing, and it makes it harder to try to do shows every single week. So luckily Jeremy is very understanding, but of course we do eventually start grinding out shows. Then right after that, I mean, even sometimes during the shows, I'm right there doing my studying for a test, or I'm doing homework in the middle of it. So yeah, it's actually really funny.
Well, it is your junior year, so I'm not gonna. It's tough. I'm in my junior year too, so Miles, I give you credit for doing shows and still being your junior year.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's our toughest year, and Miles, I'm gonna ask you this: do you want to do this for a living? Do you want to go to a college and actually study sports broadcasting and journalism?
That would be nice. I would love to do broadcasting, and I'll also do baseball in college. Those are my two goals. And right now during the winter, I'm also doing track to stay active. So that would be the ultimate dream. If I could go to a good college, be able to stay with my broadcasting, and still be able to play in my baseball, that would be absolutely amazing. That would be a blessing.
Any colleges looking at you right now?
At the moment, I don't think so. I've gotten a couple of emails from coaches, a couple of emails from broadcasting places, but nothing major.
All right, well, you heard that from Miles. Watch him in the MLB draft. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, we have a couple of guys that are athletic as well. I mean, we also got Steven Hughes, who is a senior right now at Eric Allen High, that is looking his way. He's trying to make some ways in to see what he could do for college right now. But, you know, if we go to year in review, let's talk about Rookies Roundup really quick. I want to go to Jake, Carl, and Noah. You know, you guys all work together. You all guys are pretty much you guys are all hosts on that show. How is Rookies Roundup, and what do you guys usually talk about?
Well, normally what I do is basically, I have to admit, these days it seems to be football biased. I normally like to call these guys up because we sort of seem to mesh together our opinions. Like, we don't even have to try to make our opinions different. We all good. It just seems to work together really nicely. Sometimes we get off topic, but it's a lot of fun. I can tell you that. It's never a dull moment on the show. You never know where it could go, and I love it. And these two guys are really good at being on it too.
And Carl, how much have you enjoyed? You know, you do college football on air, and you do Rookies Roundup. You know, you've been with the new guys. You've been with Noah and Jake. How much fun has it been?
It's been really fun. My first year I went through, I really didn't have any guests on my show, but I can tell you from experience and just doing shows by myself and with other people, shows with other people are 10 times more fun, and I find them to be better, especially when you get the third person in, all sorts of different opinions. It's really more fun, brings in more opinions. It's just a better show. So I really love doing a show with multiple people.
I know you have fun just doing all your shows. I mean, you have Blake, you work with Blake, you work with Carl, you work with Jake. I mean, how do all those opinions come in?
Well, you know, I really love doing Rookies Roundup, and I try to be on it as often as possible because I think it's one of those shows that, you know, it's not 100% serious. You know, you're not all like everything just going straight through stats and all of it. You know, it's got a lighthearted feel. You know, we have fun on the show. Lots of laughs, and you know, I think 2 weeks ago we had one of our funniest episodes yet. Just some of the great episodes, and it's just a lot of fun. You know, all of like the heated debates. Of course, the Shiano debate we had a couple of days ago. It's just great to be on that show, and you know, it always helps me take my mind a little bit off the serious part of sports, and you know, also think about the lighthearted. You know, some of the funny names in sports. So it's pretty fun.
And, you know, I want to go to you, Jake. I remember we talked about, you know, Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith. Do you have a Skip Bayless or Stephen A. Smith on Rookies Roundup?
No, I think we've got a Carl, we've got a Noah, we've got a Jake, we've got whoever's on. I feel like we all have pretty animated personalities, very opinionated. I like it when people are really opinionated. I feel like that's what really makes it enjoyable. Well, it's still practical, you know. It doesn't feel scripted is the thing.
And Miles, I go to you, you know, the East Coast guys, you know, you got Jeremy Snell over there, and how do you guys two work together very well?
It's really easy relationship. It's really great. We also have very conflicting personalities, especially regarding his Miami teams down there, especially the Dolphins. He is really strong-willed about those. But it's still fun. It's still lighthearted. It's still funny. It's still a lot of fun. So at the end of the day, I mean, yes, we have to be serious. We have to talk about some sports. We have to talk about serious issues. But I mean, we're still two high school students talking about sports, having a blast.
You know, guys, I remember coming to camp and, you know, the next year, and I thought, wow, this is a lot of guys. I mean, I think we can recruit a lot, and you know, the overnight, I actually want to go, let's go with this. So, at camp, the overnight experience, if you had to get, you know, I don't think anyone's had Jake, have you had the day experience? Just going during the day at camp or no?
Yes, yeah, I used to, and I can tell you that it was nothing compared to when I actually stayed overnight this summer.
And, you know, how do you compare both of those two, staying day than night?
Well, it's like, I don't know, man. Staying in the day is like playing in the D League. But actually going there at night is finally being called up to the NBA. You know, like, it's nice to play for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers once in a while, but if you actually step up and start playing for the good teams, like, I don't know, Charlotte Bobcats apparently qualify as a good team this year in the Eastern Conference. But I can tell you that my summer experience was a lot better than the Bobcats. So it was very enjoyable.
I remember, I see the day campers, and I just can't see why you just come during the day. You gotta stay overnight. I mean, the overnight experience is amazing. And Miles, since you live, are you gonna come back to LA?
That's the plan right now.
Are you gonna go to Boston or New Jersey one, or not really?
It depends, because during July I dedicate my July to a baseball league, so I don't know. It would be kind of difficult for me to do the Boston camp. I believe there's also a Baltimore camp I heard about. My parents talked to me, but yeah, I'm definitely going to incorporate the LA camp into my summer this year, because it was just such a blast. I have to do it again.
And Carl, you've been there longest than I have. I mean, you've been there I think you were there an extra year, right?
No, I've been there the same amount of years you have, Robert.
I thought you were there another year. I thought Cameron said that you were there another year.
Nope, that's not me.
Dang it, Cameron. Cameron lies to me. See what happens. Cause I remember, you did something, you, flipped a chair or something, and everyone said it was Carl. That's what I heard.
Not familiar at all.
Doesn't sound familiar at all?
No.
Okay, well then.
Right, wrong person. There were some people, I know some stories, and it sounds like but it doesn't sound like anybody who was there during our years. There were some people before our years.
Alright, guys, and, I'm gonna just hear your final words about national sports, the year in review, how this year went, especially for the week at camp. Let's go to Jake first. Jake, your final thoughts on national sports and, your experience.
It's been great. I really didn't think I'd be able to even do, I didn't really imagine I would be doing this, every week. I thought, I don't know if I'll be able to make time, but now it's kind of become part of my life. I love doing it. I look forward to that weekend or that episode we do every week. We've made it this far. I'm absolutely going to keep going. This has been a great experience, and I just want to thank all you guys because, I didn't really imagine this happening, and it's been a great experience, and I look forward to it down the road.
And now let's go to Noah Tabori, your experience.
It's been terrific, a year ago, just like you, Jake, I didn't think that I would be doing this every week. But, it's been a great experience. I've really developed as a broadcaster, and it's, really helped a lot. And it's been a lot of fun going on different shows, doing my World Cup prediction shows with Jeremy, getting callers, and listening to people's opinions that, honestly, I probably wouldn't have heard if it wasn't for this. It's just been a terrific experience, broadening my horizons. And it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it so far.
And now let's go to Miles Walker. Miles being one of the new guys coming from the East Coast, you and Jeremy. How much fun has it been since, being a part of it?
It's been great. I've definitely developed as a broadcaster. At first, I just did my own shows. I believe my first 2 shows were on my own commentaries. And then I thought it would be smart to maybe get a co-host. And now Jeremy and I have been doing it since August. We've been having a blast. And it's just been awesome. It's definitely been a great experience so far.
And I remember you were on the Deep Sports Talk for that one show, and you and me just had a great show going on.
Yeah, it was really weird because we agreed on almost every single topic. I remember that show.
Yeah, and I remember we couldn't disagree on anything that show, which was awesome because you and me were on the same point. And now, lastly, let's go to Carl. Carl, I got, you've been the same amount of years as me, 2 years, and seems like you made great friends. You had Levy, Seuss, Caroline, Bayer, and now you're going to say goodbye to Bayer. Bayer will not be there next year. But, you look at it and you say, wow, you meet all these friends, you meet all these guys, and you become, best friends with them. They become your best friends. And, Carl, how about your experience at camp so far, your last 2 years?
Well, it's been a really great experience. Some of the friendships I've gotten have given me such, new experience. I have friendships carrying out of that camp that have done a lot of things. I'm in LA right now because of a friendship I gained there with Jake. I would be, I talk to Bayer all the time. There's a bunch of guys who I still talk to a bunch. Every time the Bears play the Vikings, I talk to Levy. It's all those friendships that have kind of changed it. Changed my life really. So